All right. If you could just talk about fall camp so far, how you feeling? Did it take you a little bit to, get back into the rhythm?
Fall camp so far has been great. It's a little shorter one, so still getting used to that kind of situation. Obviously, this year is completely different than the other ones that we've had in the past, but you know, so far it's been pretty good. It's been pretty normal getting back into the swing of things as far as the specialists are concerned. But the team's looking really good. We're coming off quick. We're playing hot, and to be honest, we're just excited to play for this season. Everybody's ready to go, and everybody wants to play. So we're all just fired up.
Jeff Brightwell.
Riley, tell me a little bit about or talk a little bit about the progression of your career here. I mean, because all of a sudden now you're looking at the last ride, your senior year. What's it been like?
Well, it's here now. It's crazy. I do like to take each season and think of it as a career in itself. You don't want to just because it's everybody. It's one person's senior year. So you got to play your best for each of the senior classes. But for me personally, this one's obviously special, and it's been crazy. It's been shorter than what I would have hoped, but it's been awesome. I've just been so blessed to be on such a great team, a winning team, a team that cares about specialists, and a team that likes to have fun doing it. Last year was awesome, very special to come off American Conference champions, reigning American Conference champions. Still got a ring, so pretty fired up about that. But it's been good. Sometimes we've had struggles for the field goal unit my first couple years personally, and we've been coming on stronger this past year, and hopefully we can finish strong. And that's just on a personal note this next year. So, yeah, just excited to play football.
Brian Moss.
If you could talk about Coach Lembo, your relationship with him, and what type of coach is he?
He's a good one. We've got one of the best special team groups, I think the best special teams group in the country. We do a great job. I mean, you can tell by how much the team cares about special teams. We play our best players, and we spend a lot of time in meetings going over things that not only help us in special teams, but help improve us as football players in general. Obviously, my part's a little different because I am a kicker, but all the guys really care about it. We spend time doing it. And to be honest, we're one of the best. And he's a great coach who cares a lot about the players and cares about improving each player individually as a football player. So I appreciate him and all the things that he's done for us so far.
Devin Walker.
Hey, Raleigh, you being a senior, how do you focus on your day-to-day operations knowing that this can be your last hurrah with everything kind of like surrounding you with the pandemic and everything else?
I mean, to be honest, there is a pandemic going on, and we have to kind of quarantine ourselves, I guess, outside of football. But just like I said, I consider each season a career in itself, and the progression going up to the first game has not changed for me personally. You try and do your best on every kick, every practice, every game, and every season individually. Then let the career at the end of it speak for itself. I don't think there's a better way of doing it than just that. That's just my personal opinion.
Okay, Brian Moss.
Out of all the stadiums that you've been in, is there one that's particularly more difficult than others, whether it be crowd noise or because of the the way it's designed, that there's a lot of wind? But is there any stadium that was very difficult for you to kick in?
Well, I'll tell you what, Liberty Bowl can be tough sometimes, especially with some weather coming in. Each stadium's a little different with the way it's shaped. Wind comes in at different angles, especially NFL stadiums with different type of structures. That's something we look for before the games. But UCF, their crowd noise is pretty crazy. They've got the bounce house over there. We're glad to have them in the American Conference. Excited to beat them this year. That'll be great. Go Tigers. But I'm excited to play at Liberty Bowl and see our fans. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, Jason Munz.
Hey, Riley, does the everything that's gone on the last however many months, does that sort of give you a new, not necessarily you and others, a new appreciation for even some of the most mundane, miserable parts of practice and meetings and football and, like, does it kind of give you a new appreciation for all that?
Yeah, being away from football and being away from something that you love, sometimes it makes you appreciate that even more. I can go on a field and get better at my craft individually. I'm lucky I was able to do that over quarantine. But an offensive lineman, a D lineman, linebacker, safety, they're not able to as much as I am. And for me, even that point, I still want to get back out with the guys. I still want to get holds. I still want to get snaps. I still want to get punts. I still want to go and be with my team and just be around the guys. I mean, these are my family members now. We've been with each other personally for me 4 years. And when you're with around some people for so long, first of all, you're going to get in arguments. You're going to get in fights. But, I mean, they're your family. Those are the guys that you spend your life with. And you do miss them. While we were all back in our hometowns, it was pretty crazy how much I realized that I hated our little group of specialists, at times. And then a week later, it's like, oh, man, I can't wait to get back and just be around those guys. So you really appreciate the things that you're not able to be with sometimes.
Okay, Evan Barnes.
Riley, I know you mentioned, you're taking everything year by year, but if I'm not mistaken, you're pretty close to catching some of Jake's records. If that's a goal for you, how cool would that be? And if it's not, just what has he meant to you, just kind of looking at him as someone to kind of model yourself after, just as a kicker and as someone who's done what you've done?
It's not a goal for me. I'm not going to be able to decide how many kicks I'm going to be able to have at the end of the season or anything like that. Like I said, you just got to take each kick, each game, each season by its own and just let your career stand for what it is and just at the end of the day, let that be what it is. But Jake has been awesome. He's been a really great guy to me. He's been always very kind and accommodating to any questions that I had, and I appreciate him for that. And definitely some big shoes to fill, not literally, but as far as field goals go and kickoffs, he's been awesome, and I'm just so excited for him and the NFL. He's doing a great job and doing great things, and I'm just real thankful for that.